We're going to go over page 112 and 113, talking about potential energy. First of all, let's do a little review. When we're looking at the SI units, what is force? That would be newtons. Height, remember, is meters. Work is measured in joules, as well as energy down here is measured in joules. Mass is usually measured in grams. Kilograms is the most often used. All right, let's look at the potential energy. So we talked about this potential energy is more about the position, and it has gravitational potential energy whenever something is away from the Earth's surface. So, looking at the rocks, rock climbers over here, circle the rock climber with the greatest potential energy. Well, if you look at these two, they both have 400 newtons. These both have 600 newtons, but because he's the highest, he would have the greatest potential energy. And then we're going to figure out his potential energy by taking, potential energy is taking his weight times his height. 600 newtons at 4 meters would give us 2,400 joules. And where would the rock climber at the top have to be to have half as much potential energy? Thinking about that, if he's at 4 meters, could we get him to half this amount of potential energy? Yes, at 2 meters. Okay, so looking at that, his bottom foot is 4 here. If he would come down to the 2, he would have half as much potential energy. Looking at a trampoline. All right, so these 3 trampolines, you need to rank the amount of potential energy of the trampoline from greatest to least. So we could do that as the greatest one is 1. Looking at the trampolines, this one has been stretched the farthest. She's down, so that is actually 1, 2, and 3. Write your answer in the circles, then explain your answer. So the trampoline is stretched the most is where it has the greatest potential energy. And when it is stretched the least, it has no elastic potential energy. All right, down here, summarize. What are the 2 factors that affect an object's kinetic energy? Again, it is mass and speed. What type of energy does a cup sitting on a table have, and why? A cup has gravitational potential energy due to its height and its position. It is not in motion, so it does not have kinetic energy. So those were the 2 differences. Now I know the 2 basic types of energy. The kinetic energy is the one of motion, M-O-T-I-O-N, and the potential energy is the one that will give us greatest distance on gravitational, like potential energy is your position. Good job.